Hey there.
Hello,
How are you?
I am well. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you.
Uh,
I'm about to. Whew, how
now
fast?
I'm
How
hot. You got your fan ready and everything.
Sometimes it just kicks in and it's like, ooh, it comes from like the neck up.
My clients call it personal summers.
It's funny. I say I'm the sun. I'm the sun. Yeah. Sometimes they come in handy because I'm
Hmm.
somewhere cold, but it's not cold right now.
Gotcha.
Yes. Yes. Well, thank you for coming. I'm really excited about tonight. It's gonna be awesome.
Thank you for inviting.
Yeah, it's
You
gonna
were
be
talking
awesome.
about it in morning meetup. I'm like, I gotta get in there. And then I forget. And I'm like, oh, now the link's gone. I'm like, you gotta do it. The
Yeah,
chat
and
moves so fast.
it does. And I try to also like share the Zoom when I'm doing these free webinars to the community.
Hmm.
So if anyone wants to like hop in, they can. Um, but then they don't get on my list. And if I'm sharing other things and other resources, that's
They
kind of
miss
where they
it.
may miss out.
Hmm.
Yeah. But just want to give value and and just show people how to do things that they can do themselves.
Because I need all the help. Okay? All the help.
I got you. I got you. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna focus on Shopify's AI feature,
Hmm.
and hopefully we got time to play around with Canva because they
Mm.
also have AI. Yeah.
I know Canva has AI, but I didn't know you were gonna talk about that because it
I'm
has
gonna,
nothing
yeah,
to do
because
with
I'll
Shopify.
sometimes I've played around also with ChatGPT and Canva, kind of like combining them. So yeah, I'm hoping to get through it, and then we can, yeah. The more I can show you all, the better for me, because it's honestly about giving that value for me.
Hmm.
The stuff I wish I knew, or or just having someone to help me through when I didn't have it.
Yeah, because I hear you say on Morning Meetup that Shopify can do more than just have products. And right now, I have the Shopify store, but for
Mhm.
my service side of things, I pay someone else and I just have it hyperlinked on my Shopify store.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm like, if I could get a scheduler, wait a
yeah.
minute.
So what you guys use to sign up for this is a Shopify app. I use Shopify.
I
The
figured it
only
did.
thing
I'm like, it only makes sense for you to.
Yeah, the only thing I don't use Shopify for is my community. And
Hmm.
that's only because I have the Go High Level agency, and then my man has his community, and we kind of I it's just funneled through one bill,
Right.
and we
Makes
get
sense.
both communities. Yeah.
How does Go
Hey
High
John.
Level help with building your community?
They have a community option
I
with
need to
Go
go
High.
back and look at them. Because
But
what?
yeah, Shopify has them too though. If it wasn't because I use it for him and I'd be using Shopify community app.
Because I literally just created my community this week and I did it on Facebook because I polled my
Hmm.
audience, or not my audience, but my actual clients who
Hmm.
come and see me, and
Good
they're
way to
on
start.
Facebook and YouTube. So I wanted to make it feasible and doable for them. Like you're already in that app. So that's why I created
Yeah.
my community there.
Yeah, that's a great start. And then you can migrate once you grow.
Yeah, once I figure everything out.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, absolutely. How's it going, Johnny?
Mhm.
I can't hear you. You're not on mute.
Right. I don't see a mute symbol either.
Be careful though. Drive. That's more
Right.
important. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, there you are.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hola, Vero.
How's it going? Hey, Laquasha.
It's going great. I couldn't hear the audio at first. I'm like, is it me?
Oh, yeah, I'm glad you got it fixed. I'm glad you got it fixed.
Absolutely. How you doing?
Doing wonderful. I'm glad you made it. So Johnny's
Yes,
one of my
yes.
clients, y'all. So I'm excited that he's here.
All
Yes,
Um,
right.
yes. Hello. How
yeah,
everyone?
yeah. So
Hello.
Thank you everyone for coming and coming on time. Hey, Tanae, how are you? Tanae's one of my team members.
Hello.
Hey, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started because y'all got here on time. Let me share my screen. And then I have the weight room open so that way y'all can just come in as you need. Hey, Ashley. Let me set up my situation here so I can have the chat. Oh, and of course, I'm overheating right now. Awesome. Let me get my fans. All right. Let's see here. Hey, Delia. All right. Ooh, everyone's popping in. Yay. Romana, how you doing? Maybe I'll give it a minute. Maybe I'll give it a little. All right. All right, everyone. Well, happy Friday. Thank you for being here with me. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. So thank you, thank you, thank you for joining. I'm really excited for tonight because tonight is all about working smarter, not harder. And I'm showing you how to finally launch your Shopify store, how to grow it with less stress and more strategy. And this session is called Shopify AI in Action. And by the end of it, you're going to walk away with real tools, real clarity, real momentum, especially if you've been feeling overwhelmed, stuck, or like you're doing like all the things, but little bit to show for it. So I'm going to walk you through exactly how to use AI right inside Shopify. And that's to get things done faster, sell more intentionally, and build a brand that feels aligned with your vision. And don't worry, y'all, this isn't a heavy tech, jargon filled webinar. This is like literally real time. Let me show you how it works session. You showed up for a reason, and I'm super excited to show you what's possible. So first, let me talk a little bit about me, un poquito about me. My name is Vero, and I'm the founder of Pixelnamics. I'm originally from Puerto Rico. I moved here in 1990 when I was 10, and I totally just aged myself, and that's okay. I think the hot flash aged myself as well. And I'm also a proud mom of a 20-year-old. She's soon to be 21, y'all. She's in college, and she is the reason I do everything. Although she does not like me posting her picture ever, so I improvised there. I improvised. So I started building websites back in 2008, but this was just for myself. At the time, I had an online magazine called Queen Bee Chronicles, and I used to use it to support my nightlife hustle. So I used to throw club events and, all these promotions that I used to do, and Puerto Rican festival after parties and all these after parties. And, it was literally where I got my first taste of digital strategy before I even realized what it was. And so then fast forward to 2016, I started working with Shopify as a merchant, just like many of you. And I launched a drop shipping brand called Hella Fashion. And I had this tagline that I used to say, fashion for everyone. But honestly, y'all, I sold to barely anyone. I had so much to learn back then. But I didn't give up. All right. I took courses, I joined programs, I sat through webinars. And eventually I launched a skincare brand called Crema. And that brand made me a little bit over $11,000. That was actually in 2020. And at the time, I felt like that was such a huge thing and a huge win for a side hustle. So I also started helping friends with their Shopify stores. I even did a few Fiverr gigs. And, I was literally running 3 different brands, y'all. I was running Hella Fashion, Crema, and then building Shopify stores on the side. So in 2022, I decided, okay, Vero, you need to choose a lane. Pick a lane. So I went all in building Shopify stores, and that's literally when Pixelnamics was born. The first year I made just over $7,800 which was in 2022. In 2023, I grew that to over 37,000. And then last year I scaled that to just under $75,000. And this is all while I'm still working a full-time job. So if I can do it, absolutely everyone here can do it. So today I help vision-driven entrepreneurs turn their ideas into scalable, conversion-ready Shopify stores. And I've created a space for creators who want to grow with support, not overwhelmed, because you're not meant to build this alone. And I'm here to show you a smarter way to do this. So I'm really happy that you're all out here and ready to learn. Super excited. So I always like to kick things off with a little bit of perspective, especially on where e-commerce is headed. And right now is literally the time to get your store in shape. In 2024, global e-commerce sales hit a massive 6.3 million, trillion with a T in dollars. And that's nearly 21% of all retail sales worldwide. And here's the part that you really need to pay attention to, because it's not slowing down. By 2026, projections show e-commerce will hit $8.1 trillion. That's making up nearly a quarter of global worldwide retail sales. So what does that mean for you as a Shopify store owner? It means the opportunity is growing, but so is the competition. So there's never been more potential to make real money online, but only if your store is actually ready to convert. And let's be honest, most people are doing way too much, spending their time doing the wrong things, spending hours on product descriptions, working on their design, tinkering with it, not really knowing what's happening, and guessing on what content is really going to sell. So that's exactly why we're here today. In this session, I'm going to show you how to stop building your store the hard way and start using AI-powered tools inside Shopify to simplify your workload, optimize your conversions, and position your store to grow with these trends and not get lost in the noise. Because in this next wave of e-commerce, it's not about doing things, it's not about doing more. It's about doing things smarter. And we're about to learn how. And for those of you who are in the morning meetup, y'all know my mission is to bust the myth, all right? That Shopify is only for physical products. The truth is Shopify can power physical products, digital products, and services. I mean, look at me. I am the Shopify Grandmaster, and I do run my service-based business on Shopify. So all of you guys here signed up for this webinar using my Shopify app. That's a calendar app. So whether you're selling your body butters, digital downloads, or your coaching packages, you can absolutely build your brand and scale it here. You just need the right setup, and I'll show you how to make that happen today. So by now you're probably like, Vero, how does this actually work inside Shopify? What are you talking about? And I get it. You've all heard the buzz about AI, maybe even played around with ChatGPT or Canva's magic tools, but seeing it inside the platform you already use, that changes the game. So this is where I say, like, the magic meets the mission. I'm going to walk you through a live look at how Shopify's internal AI tools, real features, and exactly how you can save time, energy, and lower your decision fatigue as a business owner, right? We are always making tons of decisions daily. So, we want to make sure we lower that as well, because it's important. So whether you're starting or scaling, this part will help you connect the dots between what's possible and what's next for your store. And hey, if you've ever felt overwhelmed by content or stuck on product descriptions or unsure about actually what's working, this is where things are going to start clicking. So let's talk about something real for a moment. if you've been working on your Shopify store and it feels like you're constantly pushing but not really moving, you're not alone. Honestly, most Shopify owners are spending hours every week on things that AI can now do in seconds. So, like I said, writing descriptions, tweaking settings, building emails from scratch. And here's the thing, we've been told that success means do more, but that's not true. They say do more effort, more content, more hustle. But the reality is that success often comes when you do smarter. And in the day and age that we're in right now with AI, we absolutely need to start taking that route. So when you start letting go of the repetitive, draining tasks and focus on what actually moves the needle, that's when you start really making changes and moves in your business. Because the result of doing too much, let's be honest, y'all, inconsistent sales, right? Constant burnout, and maybe even some of us feeling at some moments like, maybe I'm not cut out for this, right? We feel like we just want to give up at some moments. And that's not the problem. The problem isn't really us. It's not really you. The problem is the way we've been taught to build, and that we're here to rewire that today. All right? We're here to work smarter, not harder. And I'm excited about this. So let's flip the script for a second. What if your store wasn't just something you're constantly chasing to keep up with, but something that actually is working for you, even if you're not logged on? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but ChatGPT has different options where you can even schedule things to be done for you. So you could be done literally while you're asleep. So imagine this content writing itself. So you're not spending your weekends trying to figure out what to say. Answers showing up inside your Shopify dashboard instead of going down that Google or YouTube rabbit hole. A smart system guiding your growth and your support with a community behind you. So you're never stuck or second guessing your next move. So that's what we're creating here, y'all. So it's not, again, I'm going to keep saying this. It's not about working harder. It's about working differently. And Shopify's AI is just the beginning. Like I love this. It's incredible. So here's the part that surprises most Shopify store owners. Shopify already has built-in AI tools that can it can really take some of the most time-consuming tasks and get them done in just seconds. But the truth is, most people don't even realize that they're either there or they're not using them to their fullest potential. So I'm going to show you a few shortcuts that can literally change the game, like writing your product descriptions in seconds, using Shopify Sidekick to get backend help without even Googling every step, and personalization tools that actually increase sales automatically. So AI generated support for, let's say, emails, SEO, or even blog content. These are the kinds of things that free up your brain so you can focus on the big picture and not get buried in all of our to-do lists, right? So this is the time y'all been waiting for. It's demo time. This is where we take those shortcuts and actually bring them to life so you can understand not just what AI can do, but how it can work right inside of your business. We're going to walk you through Shopify Sidekick, your new digital assistant, y'all. And hopefully, I really want to have time to go through ChatGPT and Canva's AI feature as well to help you generate visuals as well, because I think that's where a lot of people get stuck is, all right, I can put the products up, I can, I figured out the back end, but the visuals, I'm struggling with the visuals, and we're not all graphic designers, right? And sometimes we get stuck with that part alone. And the truth is the design matters. People are judging your store by what it looks like. And that's part of building the trust when a visitor comes to your site to be able to convert them. Trust is everything. So I'll show you literally how to do some of these, how to use prompts or how to generate some of these blogs and SEO texts and more. So I am going to, let's see here. So I have a list here that I want to show you all. I made a list of just a few things. The list is actually bigger, but just a few things that Shopify's AI Sidekick inside Shopify can do. It can generate SEO-friendly product descriptions. It could set up collections and categories, modify store settings, or at least tell you what to do, analyze store performance. And I'm going to try and go through all of these because I also want to get through showing you guys how to do the visuals as well. So let's start with generating product descriptions. So first I'm going to go into my demo store. And this is your Sidekick up here on the top right. I don't know if you guys see the little Ninja Turtle looking icon. Let me make this bigger. So this little Ninja Turtle, that's what I call it, Ninja Turtle, because it's got the little eye thing. So this is your Sidekick AI assistant. And it comes with some prompts already that you can just click on it and it'll start working for you. But you never notice it? Yeah. So this is why you're here, Jay. This is why you're here. So this here is basically like your chat where you talk to this with this Sidekick. And right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask it to create, so let's see, create a product page for my new organic black charcoal soap, for example. And now it's working on it. It does its digging, it does its thinking, it fetches information. But the cool part is that once it's done, it gives you an option to preview it. So I'm going to click on preview. And bam, you basically have a product page built out. And let me close this, but it has the title Organic Black Charcoal Soap. And it added the description, experience the purifying effect of our organic black charcoal soap made with activated charcoal. This soap deeply cleanses and detoxifies your skin, leaving it feeling refreshed and rejuvenated, perfect for all skin types. And it even categorized it. It added a price for, I didn't even give it a price. So it's like, okay, $12.99. It's probably guessing a price based on other stores that are selling the same thing. Let's see. And the other part that it did is it added the SEO section here. So the SEO section for your product page is not going, you don't want to leave that the same as the description on the top, because what this is this is basically that preview that people see when they do a Google search. And as you can see, 160 characters is the max. So when you leave that alone, you're actually cutting out that your description for others to see. And you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you don't do more than 160 characters. But anyways, it also added a URL handle, which is also part of the SEO. So if I'm like, you know what, I like this. This is dope. I'm going to save it. And then boom, I literally just created a product page using Sidekick. So that was pretty awesome. So let's go down the list. Set up a collection and categories. All right, so let's say I tell it I need to create a collection for my soaps. And then I already have some tags. So let's say include the products with the tag soap. Because when you create a collection and you base it off tags, it helps you automatically organize your products into the collections by just literally adding tags to the product page. So I don't like to do collections manually. I like to do the smart collection and then give it a condition. And most of the times my condition that I give it is a tag. Now there's other conditions that you can use as well. So let's go and check out what it did. Let's see, I can't scroll further. Let's try this. Here we go. No. All right, now let's try that again. Navigate to soap collection. Okay, this is real life in full effect. Let's try that again. Create a soap collection and add the items with tag. So, all right, let's try this again. Here's the preview. So now I am in the collection section of Shopify. It added the collection. It added a collection description. I don't always add descriptions in the collection pages. So I'm actually going to delete that. And here's the collection type. So manual means that you're going to manually put your own products in there. But smart means that it's based off of a condition. And the conditions can be either a tag, a title, a category, a price, a compare price. There's so many different categories you can use for this, but it'll help you basically auto-populate these collections. And also it created the SEO for the collection page as well. So I'm going to click save. And now I have a collection done using the Sidekick inside Shopify. I already had a couple of fake products with the tags. So look, it automatically added them to the collection as well. So that's another way you can use the Sidekick in Shopify. Now let's see. Another thing that it can do is modify store settings. Now, this is the thing. Some of the actions after I've been playing around with it and learning more about how to use this are automatic like this, where it'll actually create the product page. It'll actually create the collection page. But sometimes it doesn't do everything automatically. However, it'll give you step by step. So for example, let's say I need help creating my shipping settings. Let's see what it does. So it's fetching information and working on it. Now, it did not give me like something to preview, but it's telling me what I need to do. So create shipping zones in different regions. Start setting up your shipping rates in each zone. Then configure package weights and dimensions. So it gives me the information, and it also then gives me the option to go directly to that settings. Because sometimes also we're trying to figure out, wait, where is this at? I don't know where this is at. I got to find where it is. And that's sometimes we even just get frustrated and give up. It's like, I don't even know where that's at. So it helps you at least navigate to it and then gives you steps on how to set that up. Let's see, provides trend insights. So with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for those because I'm going to use a different store for that. Since this is a demo store, there's no actual data. But I'm going to move over to also when you are doing, I'm going back to the product pages because I want to show you guys something else. So that organic product that we put together, if we notice here, you guys see this on the description, there's a little AI like stars. That lets you know this is AI here. This is here to help you. So what I can also do is highlight this, and I can either rephrase it, expand it, or simplify it. So let's say I want to extend. I want to add more to this. I can click on this, and then I can choose a tone. You could have it be expert, daring, playful, sophisticated, persuasive, or even customize your own tone and add it to that. So I'm going to just pick sophisticated because it goes with the flow. And I'm going to say generate again. And now it just kind of redid it. And it's now it says reveal your skin's purest form, detox and purify with our organic black charcoal soap made with activated charcoal that deeply cleanses and rejuvenates. So I started using more of that bougie language instead. So this is ways where you can come back and just optimize your descriptions based on your tone as well. Now, of course, another thing that you can do is use that base description that I gave you and then pop that in ChatGPT. And at the end of this webinar, I'm actually going to give you guys a prompt that I use for my product pages or my product descriptions that I use for myself and my clients as well. So let's do this. Let's go to the blogs. So the blogs are now actually under content. Another thing that you can do with AI is, and actually, you know what? Let's do it. Let's see if it does it from the Sidekick. I need to create, and actually, let's go all the way back to the homepage. I need to create a blog about natural skincare products. Let's see what it does. Oh, this has you. So it's not creating the blog directly from here. And that's okay. So it's going to tell us to navigate through the blog. Jay, this is going to make it so much easier for you. So now we are going to, let me go back here. I'm just going to go back to this blog post section because I already had a blog. Add blog post. I can create a new title. For example, the benefits of natural skincare. And you can always like ask ChatGPT, for example, can you give me 10 blog titles for XYZ? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that and I'm going to click here to generate text. And when you click on that, it's going to ask you, what is this blog about? So it brought over actually the title for this blog, The Benefits of Natural Skincare. I'm going to keep the tone with sophisticated and I'm going to click on generate. And it's generating a blog. So you can go here and try to generate it again or hit click keep. And it actually generated an SEO friendly blog, meaning it's got the headings, it's got the information, and it's in blog format. But the cool part too here is it did not generate the SEO. So this part, you may want to just pop that into ChatGPT because you always want to add the SEO into your product pages, your collection pages, and your blog. But maybe we can ask Sidekick actually to do that. So let's see what happens. Can you create, let's see, SEO content for the benefits of natural skincare blog post, and let's see what it does. I don't think I tested this part last time, so this is live in effect. Here it is. So basically I can just copy this, add it there, but it made it too long. Or was that me? Here we go. And then the SEO description here. And did it give me a URL? No, I probably need to be more direct with the instructions and tell it to give me a URL as well. But it can help you with that. And it's still too long. Absolutely. So I can say, give it more parameters. So create an SEO page title, 70 characters or less, and a meta description, 160 characters or less. It is kind of like ChatGPT, but inside Shopify. And I think that's the convenience of using this. You don't have to be going through multiple platforms all at once. So let's see what it did. It did it. It did the natural skincare title. It says it's 67. Let's see. It's 70. And then let's look at the meta description, 163. So, you know, we can still play around with it, but it's all here. It's really cool. All right. Let's see here. Another really awesome thing that it could do. And I think the rest of the things, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up one of my stores. Well, I'm gonna do Lucky's actually because I can. So here is the Shopify homepage for Lucky's page. So Coach Lucky runs a mental academy. This is a full service-based Shopify store. And he does coaching for mindset, for example. And let's say I want to analyze store sales in 2024. So can you gather store performance for 2024? And let's see what it does. So now we're getting into analyzing data all in one place. So this makes it so much easier. A lot of the times, for example, every quarter I generate reports for my clients. This is way more easier than having to go through each report one by one and then setting out all the parameters and things like that. So now it's giving me some information, and it generated basically a report here. Total sales for 2024. Let's see, how often should you write a blog? So what we do for most of the store owners is we do one blog per week, and then we generate an email that summarizes the blog to go out to the email list. And what that does is it's nurturing your email list with some value, with something, and it's not necessarily a, hey, buy from me, a sales pitch. But what we do is we also link keywords from the blog back to either some products or back to your store. And that's kind of how we incorporate like indirect marketing inside your blogs. The blogs will also be helping you with SEO. So all of this is part of the strategy as well. So if I wanted to save this, I can click save and then total sales for 2024, for example. And now this is saved. I can export it as well, and then go from there. Yeah, I love linking either products or collection, depending what we're talking about. So Bearcat Body is another client of mine, and they focus on different types of blogs, because she'll do either eye care or personal care. So depending on the blog, we'll link that type of product or collection in her keywords. Johnny here, for example, he's one of my clients, and his blogs are more about the brand Respectfully Great, and we incorporate the store and the homepage into the blog with keywords as well. So that way, when someone clicks on that keyword and they're like, oh, this is a link, let me click on that, then they end up in the store. And the cool thing is someone might find your blog before they even find your store first. And then that's how you funnel them into your store. So the blogs have a lot of functions, So this is basically how you also use the Sidekick to run the data. Optimize abandoned cart. Let's see what it does. So I'm just gonna make my typing life easier, and I need help with, and let's see what it does. So now you're looking into, okay, I'm looking at the data, but what can I do with it? What can this help me do? And so now it's telling you, okay, set up automated abandoned checkout discounts, or so it's giving you even some strategy and some options of what you can do. It's helping, it's collaborating with you with ideas. All right, how can I take care of this? How can I make this better? What move can I do? So you're not just stuck here trying to either Google it, and like I said earlier, go down rabbit holes in YouTube trying to figure out things. And this is specific to Shopify itself. So for example, I can say, it's even giving you prompts. You can navigate through your settings. You can check out the abandoned cart email templates or advanced recovery workflow help, right? So this is why I love this Sidekick, this new assistant, because it really, really helps you own your store. So you're not just here sending emails out without really knowing what you're doing. You're not just here putting products together. It actually can help you even read your data to figure out what your next move is going to be. And let me look at the time. Okay, I'm going to do a couple more because I also want to get into how I use ChatGPT and Canva to create visuals. We really use them a lot for blogs, but also you could use it for like your homepage. I used AI Canva as well to do my banner for my website, for example, with ChatGPT. Create customer segments. All right, y'all. So that's important because customer segmenting allows you to target different visitors or different customers based on their behavior, for example. So if you have a list of people who have never made a purchase, maybe you might want to target them different than you would for those who have already made a purchase. So for example, with back to using Bearcat body, because and honestly, that's one of my case studies, because last year they made over $71,000 based off of the format and the framework that I put together. And what we played around with for Black Friday, Cyber Monday last year is we created a marketing campaign just for those who never purchased. So we hit them a little different than we did for those who have already made a purchase. So let's say I want to create a segment of customers who have not purchased. So now it's going to basically gather all the people and create a segment for them. And now I can click preview and it takes me to the segment portion. And here they are. All these folks here, I can just hit save. Oops. Run inquiry. And my save is not added. So maybe I need to also add some, and email subscription equals subscribed. Yep. Run inquire. So now I can just say here, hit save and then create a name for this section. And now I have a whole segment and it only took seconds. The segmenting can only be done if automatic. So it can be done for clients. You can also do them, for example, like create a segment for those who unsubscribed. So that way you can also add that to another segment. For example, what do I mean by that? People who purchased these, but people who unsubscribe, like exclude them, kind of thing. Those are different types of conditions that you can create to create a whole segment as well. But segments, yeah, they can be confusing. But think of it this way: you're dividing your customer list, your email list, into different types of sections. So for example, I created a segment for all of you who signed up for this webinar using a tag, so that when it was time to send you guys the word live now, or here's the Zoom link, I was able just to send it to you all and not to the entire list, if that makes sense. Segments go under customers. So it's like your own section. So you can go to customers. You can leave this. And then segments is under customers because you're segmenting your customer list. Okay. How do you track them if they haven't purchased anything? So Shopify knows they haven't purchased anything. Now this does, like you said, this means they have to opt in. So if that's what you meant, like they have to sign in and subscribe first, yes, absolutely. You need to have that data first. You definitely need to have that data first. All right. Any other questions? All right, let's keep moving. Enhanced blog, we did that. Track orders and fulfillment status. So you can go in here and say, can you track orders that have not been fulfilled, which there aren't any here. Let's see what it does. So you guys can see, I'm hoping that your wheels right now are turning with the ideas and thoughts of like how you can use this. So here it says there was no data found for this date range. So basically, I didn't give it a date range, but it used February 2023 through April 2025. That may have been when I started this store. So it didn't track any because of course there aren't any. Mainly because we are a service-based store here, A, and B, I also have it automatically fulfilled once they place the order because it's service-based, but that's another conversation. All right. Okay. So you guys get the picture of how you could use Sidekick to help you basically help you with your Shopify store, help you with creating your products, creating your blogs, creating collections, looking at your analytics and looking at the data. So I want you all to really, really, really start thinking about how can this help me save time, save my energy, and do things for me faster than I would by myself. So now, for example, I want to play around with Canva's AI section. So for the AI part in Canva, you do need, I believe you do need Pro. And there's two sections. There's either a Canva AI or a Dreamlab. And this is just two of like other sections. This doesn't include Canva Magic, which is a whole nother thing. But you can go, for example, inside your Canva Dreamlab, which we use for like blog banners, for example. And let's say now I'm still talking about the benefits of natural skincare. So I need a banner for a blog titled The Benefits of Natural Skincare. Canva literally will take that prompt and then generate 4 samples that you can use. And then boom, you have some pretty looking banners here. And for blogs, these are perfect. And you could still go in here, edit, and then let's say you were like, okay, now let me customize it to, you know, for my brand. So I am going to play around with adding my logo, or let's see, let me see if I have someone's logo. Let's just play around, act like this is my logo, just for time's sake. I can come here, add it here. But wait, there's more. So let's say, you know what? I don't like the way it wrote this, or, you know, sometimes AI can misspell stuff, or it's like not English letters, it's some other, you know, language or something. You can click on edit, and let me click on that. First, let me click on the actual banner. I can click on edit, and here's a Magic Studio. In this Magic Studio, you have Magic Erase, you have Magic Grab, you have Magic Grab Text, Magic Edit, and Magic Expand. And we're going to touch into some of these a little further out. But right now, I'm going to show you guys how Magic Erase works. You can either do a brush or a click. Click would actually, like, basically when you click, you can just click on certain sections. Let's say I want to click on that and click Erase. And it's going to erase it. Now, it does leave, like, sometimes it's cleaner than others. So you can kind of keep going, and sometimes I just do it with the brush again. Yeah, this is Canva Pro. Let me undo that. Now, let's say I want to, like, oh, I really like this, but I want to add it to something else. So this is where Magic Grab comes in. You can click on Magic Grab. You could either use the brush or the click. I'm going to use the click. I'm going to select that same section as well. And I'm going to click grab. And what this does is it allows me to remove that section, and maybe I can move it, switch it up, and then move it over here. I love Mahogany's reaction right now. That was awesome. And you can just like play around with your stuff. So another thing that I love doing with, let me go back to the home, is using ChatGPT and then incorporate that with the Magic Grab. So for example, let's just do this, like someone unmute and give me something that you would want to create a banner for. Let's do this live instead of me choosing or something. The first person who unmutes and tells me, that's what I'll do. No ideas? No?
Shoot, I'll go. So a banner for my new collection of paintings.
Paintings?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What kind of paintings do you do?
Acrylic.
Do you do a certain scene, like certain?
The next collection is gonna be like a collection of self-portraits, but
Okay.
abstract.
I need an image of abstract self-portraits. And whoo, I forgot to use this create image thing here that I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but ChatGPT now has. It'll still probably use it, so I'm not gonna worry too much. And let's see what it does. It's getting a lot better at creating images. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. So here's the reveal. Here's the reveal. Ta-da! So now we're not done yet though. This is just the beginning. Oh wow, this is pretty cool. So I'm gonna download this. Let's say, you know what? This is perfect. I don't need to tweak anymore. I'm gonna download it. And then now I need like a banner, for example. You can choose your size, right? I'm sure you guys know that Canva has different like sizes depending on what you're doing. I like to do like custom size, and for website banners, for example, I like to do 1440 by 600 px. And so I choose that, and now I have the actual blank canvas. So now let's add that image. Now, okay, Vero, but that's not even the same size. What are you doing here? That doesn't even cover the whole banner, but this is where the magic is about to happen. So now I am going to click on that image, go to edit, and I'm gonna go to Magic Expand. From here, I'm gonna choose whole page, and I'm gonna click expand. And let's see what happens. This is where I need a little music, just do, 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 do. So right now it's basically going to give me 4 different options. And it either expanded it to, basically it just gave everybody some abstract. So you can go around and choose, okay, you know what, that one's better. And then you can come in, add any logos, add any text. Just side note, you know, don't use dark text on dark colors. Use the white text. And if you need to add layover, you can always make it less transparent. And then add, like, for example, what I do is I'll add a black background, which will kind of give it that layover effect, right? When you do the transparent. And then the words will stick out better. How did I get Dream Studio? So that's part of Canva with Canva Pro. That's part of Canva Pro. The other thing that it had that I hadn't showed you guys yet, where did I go? That's inside the actual design. So when I click on the image and I click on edit, here you are with the Magic Studio. That's the first option that you have. And you can either remove backgrounds, magic erase, magic grab, magic edit, and expand. I didn't use the dream in this one. I grabbed the photo, an image from ChatGPT.
Where did you go to get to Dream? What did you click on in Canva? I apologize. I went over to my Canva, so I didn't see where you went.
Oh, okay. So when you're in the home, on the left menu, there's Dreamlab at the bottom. Or there's also a Canva AI. Yeah. Canva AI is basically almost like a Dreamlab, and actually it looks like, so on Thursday, Canva is having their Canva Create, and last year I went and it was such an amazing conference. I loved it. I was gonna go this year, but instead I'm going to my mastermind retreat in New York, so that's the only reason I'm not going to Canva Create. I still registered for the free virtual section because they're going to be releasing something, and I bet you this is part of their release here, because this didn't look like this the other day. You went last year too? Yeah, yeah, I was actually really happy about it because last year my job actually paid for it, because I'm a trainer and a facilitator where I work, and we use Canva. And yeah, sign up for the virtual because it's free. And at least what it does is you don't get to watch all the breakout rooms, but you get to watch the keynote. And that's in the keynote in the beginning. That's normally where they tell you all the new things. And last year, they actually had like this secret knock type of thing that allowed you to have the new features before anyone else. And they only gave it to like 1 million or like a certain amount of people. So it reached its max by the end of that, like that week for sure. So you guys want to make sure you stay on top of that, which is why I signed up, because I want to be able to, if they have some sort of secret knock, I need to be in on that. So this looks actually completely different than what it did last time I got on here, Romana, but this is the Canva AI section, and it looks like you can, you have prompts here that it'll help you with to generate either writing documents, it looks like, advertisement. So this is something definitely for you all to play around with. Super exciting. This is awesome. So, all right. So let me get back to it, because we're almost at time. So you, just like that, y'all, you've seen it. So you see the tasks that now it won't take you hours. Now you can automatically have it write the product descriptions or content that you're updating for your store, or how do I do this questions, all inside your Shopify dashboard. And let's be real, y'all. This is what it feels like to build your store no longer in survival mode. You've stopped building your store in survival mode because you're no longer alone. All right. You move from you're spinning your wheels and actually flowing and actually moving. And that's not just because of the tech. It's because right now you're finally supported. And that's why I'm here. And literally, that's exactly why I created the kind of space that I created in the Pixelnamics circle. And you've seen the tools, you've seen what's possible. And but I'm gonna be real with you guys. The tools alone are not going to build the sustainable store, because what happens after the setup? What happens after you already have all the product descriptions? Many store owners end up being stuck again. And they hit up, they hit the next wall. What do I post next? What do I launch? How do I scale, right? So how to keep going when no one's buying yet? Like, all these things go through our minds when we're swimming in survival mode, when we're swimming alone in these waters of e-commerce, right? So what you really need is, that's where the strategy comes in. That's where the support makes a difference. And you really need a space to ask questions, test ideas, and get real feedback and grow in community. And that's exactly why I created the Pixelnamics Circle. It's literally the support I wish I had when I first started. And the reason many of my clients also now move with faster and they have more clarity and confidence in results is because they are a part of this circle. So literally, this is your invitation to go beyond this demo, because the truth is, knowing the tools is great, but growing with them, that may take support. And the Pixelnamics Circle is a private community that I built for creators just like you, Shopify founders who want to grow smarter and not harder. And then this is what you'll get inside the Pixelnamics Circle. You'll get ongoing support and guidance and accountability. You'll have templates, Q&A sessions that are exclusive to the actual circle, strategy calls, real-time sessions, not your YouTube rabbit holes that we're used to going down when we're trying to figure out how to do things, right? This is a space where your questions get answered and your ideas turn to action. So if you try to figuring it out alone, if today's session lit something inside of you, then this is your next step. So this is what I'm doing. As a thank you for all of you to showing up and staying engaged, I'm going to offer a bonus to this group. And if you join the Pixelnamics Circle within the next 48 hours, you'll also get a free 30-minute one-on-one audit where I'll personally look at your store and help you map out either your launch or either your product page, your descriptions, whatever it is that you want us to focus on, we'll do that. And think of this as a jump start with eyes on your business. So I'm gonna move to some questions, Q&A session. So let's open it up. This is your space to ask me anything, whether it's, Shopify AI, content strategy, or even getting unstuck. I'm here for all of it. And while we answer some of these questions, I'm also going to drop the link in the chat as well. Let me pull that up for you all. Let's see. The QR code will take you there as well, but let me add the link in the chat. All right. So if today gave you clarity, if it sparked, momentum, or even just made you think, I don't want to do this alone anymore, this is your moment, y'all. So you don't have to wait until everything is perfect. You just need to decide and keep going with that support, and that's why I'm here. But in the meantime, while you all check out what the circle is and the link, I'm here for questions. Raise your hands, unmute. I'm here for it. No questions. Okay, Lenore.
I just really quick, sorry, I was gonna say, first of all, Vero, thank you so much. This has blown my mind a few times over. Because I'm in the process of setting up a Shopify storefront, because for the longest I had my website with Weebly because it was free. Mind you, it's not cutting it anymore. So I'm very, very thankful for this. I had no idea Shopify was able to, like, with its AI, to like even just put the blog together.
Right.
Because I feel like I'm sitting on a gold mine with like my email list sent nothing to. So I really, really, really appreciate your guidance here, your time. Thank you so, so much. Oh my goodness.
Awesome. I'm glad it was helpful. Yes, yes. Lenore.
Thank you. I love this. I was actually playing with it on my store as you were talking, so
Yay!
things are happening. Right now I have a services section, but it's basically a form to a Calendly link.
Okay.
So we can talk about price, but I know what I charge. So I mean, obviously you probably prefer like just to have them buy it and check out, like create a product for a service. Is that what you do?
You
Like,
could do that, but so Shopify also has apps that do like Calendly. So
yeah.
you can use them. I've
Mhm.
used the Pointly, or you can what is the cat? Oh my God,
Calendly.
Calendly.
Yeah.
Tongue twister. Say that 3 times fast. If it has an embed code option, you
Mhm.
can then maybe even create a page in the back end and
Mhm.
add the embed code, and then have that as your set up an appointment page.
That's what I have right now, but I'd rather them just put their card in. Just
So
pay
this is
me,
where,
and we
yeah,
can
so
be
this
done
is
with
where
it.
like the app, for example, the app that I have at Pointly, so I do Shopify audits, and that you need to pay before you schedule. So this app allows them to also check out and
Okay.
go through the checkout as well. And there's a lot of them. Appointly, I like because they're only $9 a month, and they allow me to do these types of even group sessions, integrate my Zoom, and things like that. And I've gotten to know the developer. He's a one-man show. So,
Oh, nice.
they're available. A lot of the developers are available, of course, for customer service. So I'm big on, are you going to be quick to respond, and are you going to be happy about it too, right? And
Right.
so yeah, he's someone that's been really helpful as well. So I actually have used Appointly for my clients as well, who use that type of feature.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look at it. It's cheaper than Calendly, so.
Oh, hey. And there's a lot of them out there too.
Yeah.
But that one specifically, let me show you what it looks like, so you can see how it's spelled.
Got it.
point. All right. Jeffrey,
Perfect. Thank you.
you're very welcome.
Hi, Vero, can you hear me?
Yes, how are you?
Well, how are you?
Wonderful.
Thank you for this. This was great. A lot of great information. I have a Shopify store already, and it is very plain.
Okay.
It's just a product store, and we don't even have it set up to where we have people sign in to be customers. People just are able to go on and shop, and we are getting some sales, but we're not driving business to the site. So, my question is, is there a way to be able to have, I guess the I'm sorry, the AI aspects of what you were talking about, redesign my site so it's exciting as opposed to
So
just blank and plain?
it doesn't necessarily build it for you. However,
Mhm.
I played around with that. And what it does is kind of like how the shipping, it gives you kind of instructions. So
Yes.
it will give you some instructions for that.
Mhm.
But honestly, that's the kind of stuff that I would help you out with in an audit, for example. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. One thing you want to do is showcase your products. If you have organize them in collections and then showcase collections.
Okay.
Use lifestyle images if you don't really have images, or now you can literally generate them and create them in ChatGPT, and
Hmm.
then also integrate Canva to either make a banner, or if it's ChatGPT usually will do the square images, or if you need to optimize it in Canva. I like to play around with both of them. But you want to make sure you have some copy and taking them through the actual like journey, like, okay, this is what we do. You don't want them to go into your site and then wonder what you sell. You
Right.
need for them to know right away what you sell. And one thing that's really important is have a call to action button on the what they call above the fold, which is, for example, when someone's on a mobile device on your website, they don't need
Right.
to scroll for that to click on that button. So those are
Right.
some tips that I have
Hmm.
for you.
Hmm.
But definitely you would definitely benefit from an audit.
Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you much.
And my circle members get 20% off, FYI.
Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome, Johnny.
Hola, Vero.
Hola.
Hello, everyone. So, my main thing is you touched upon it even when Jeffrey was speaking it, and prior to that, I think I definitely need an audit. Even today, when I was looking at my analytics, I see that I'm driving traffic to the site, but the conversion part, even with all my products, majority of the products that I do sell, I'm finding myself selling them on the streets because of just hustling. And the thing
Yeah.
is that I know I got a good product. I know that it's quality. I know people every time I get the feedback and the testimonials from people, they say, "Yo, quality." They give me all the bells and whistles.
Right.
The thing is that when it comes to the online sales, I do my thing on social media, when Instagram, etc. But driving home the sales, I see, like I said, on the site itself, I know I can benefit from audit, most definitely. But I'm seeing that people are going to the site, just not buying. And I want to know, okay, some of the things that I know that just being fully transparent, I know that I don't contact those individuals. Once I see that they go there, I don't follow up on it like I'm supposed to. And I
Yeah.
know that there are other things. I mean, besides that, I know there's a bunch of other things that I know I can benefit from. And I just
Yeah.
want to know that, well, not even want to know. I know I need your help for those things. So
Well, because you're my client already, what we're gonna do is I sent you that market research document, and what we're
correct.
next time we meet, what I want us to do is actually go through that and then see how we can strategize any marketing tactics. We
Okay.
definitely want to, when you're selling in person, you're using the POS, right? So that way you're doing everything, because that was one thing you weren't doing at first.
And I have a hard time doing it. Not even a hard time. I just have to start doing it. There's no
Yes.
excuse because I'm not doing it. But
Yes,
I
because
need to do
what
it.
we're gonna do is when you're out there using the POS, you're also gonna capture their emails and their name,
Correct. 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 Correct.
because that's what we're gonna use to retarget them. So this marketing
Okay.
strategy is not gonna help if we're not collecting that data. There's nothing wrong with
Absolutely.
hustling in person, in no shape or form. That's why that POS app was created, so you can do like the pop-ups, the vendings, the
Correct.
like show up at the barber shop and be like, yo, because your stuff is quality. I still have the hoodies you sent me years
Yes. Yes.
ago, and they
Absolutely.
still look good. You know what
Cool.
I mean? And
Absolutely.
it's one of my favorite ones to wear because it feels so soft. So
Correct, correct.
you definitely have the quality and all that stuff. So now we gotta strategize on how we're going to retarget these folks that have already bought. Sometimes it's we forget about the people we already have and the contacts we already have, and we're just trying to get
Yeah.
new people. But that's what
Correct.
we're gonna set up on our next session. We're gonna definitely strategize
Awesome.
that. Yeah.
I'm down for that. Yep. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. So
Thanks.
FYI, y'all, Johnny's one of my clients. So he's been
That's
with
good.
me since 2022,
Yeah.
2023. So he's been with me
Yep.
for a few years now, a couple years. And we've been building from scratch.
Absolutely. Yep. Thank you so much,
Uh,
Vero.
you're very welcome, Lenore. Yes, you want to get their contact. It's gold. It's their contact is gold. It's absolutely
Okay.
gold. So you want to make sure you get the emails. I see Lenore also put in the chat that she doesn't collect them. So you're not alone, Johnny.
Okay. I felt like I'm on an island by myself. Like, what is he doing?
No, you're not
No,
alone.
you're good. Not alone
And
at
actually,
all.
no, I have another client, Ashley, and there's a few more clients that I have that do also vending. And I understand that a lot of times it's almost hard because you're like, you're trying to get to the next sale, you're trying to get to the next sale. But if you're unable to do it right then and there, maybe have a clipboard or have an iPad or have something where they can come in and
Got
at
it.
least while I'm putting your order in, can you add your information so I can send you a discount, so I can send you, just make it enticing or, incentivize them to want to join.
Awesome. I do that.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you
All
for that
right.
tip.
You're very welcome, Tan. How are you? Tan's part of the circle. And I'm like, she's got really amazing jewelry as well.
Hey, everybody. Great, Vero. Great job once again.
Thank you.
Whenever I see you, I'm coming. So when, you know I'm going to be on. But I had a question around the emails too, because
Okay.
I do a lot of pop-ups. And what I
Right.
usually do is have a, and I can't come on video because I'm actually in the middle of dyeing my hair. I'm
You're
taking the gray out. So I usually have a clipboard there and I'll do like a contest. I give away a free bracelet or something. So I get their emails there for the people that want to sign up for the contest. But it's kind of hard when you're checking them out to get their email.
Yeah.
So,
I can see that. I can see that. That's why having another device or a old school clipboard will help you. And then you enter it manually, but you use it like that. Or that one ClickUp app to do the pop-ups to collect emails. You can also use that to do embed pages. Where are you? One ClickUp.
And that's an app called One ClickUp?
Yeah, this is the one that I use for the pop-ups. I've told you guys about this, so I'm not sure if you've already downloaded it.
No,
But when you create the campaigns, you can also create what they call, where are you? They changed this a little bit on me. Collect data, da 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 da. Is it this one? No. Where are you? Display announcement. They switched up on how they're doing this. I can't figure out which one it is right now, but let me show you what it looks like.
Okay.
Because one right here. So for example, this here we can grab the ID, campaign ID. And then you can, for example, go to a let me do this. Be like, let's say I create a page. Let me see if I have one already. No. Oh, waitlist page. Let's see if I used one here. Yeah. So then here, when you add a section to the store, for example, you go to the app and then you can use the one ClickUp line campaign. You can grab that campaign ID and then add it here. And basically it adds it to a page. So now what you can do is have like maybe your iPad already open on that page and have them just.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Will we get a copy of this?
I'm going to send you all the replay.
Okay, perfect.
Don't worry.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Yeah. I see y'all like writing. Yeah. No worry. I got you. I got you. especially because you're in the circle too. So I'll definitely be adding that to that.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. All right, Jeffrey.
Hi, just one more thing,
Yeah.
if it's okay. So, I have a vending event tomorrow. As a matter of fact, my wife and I, we basically sell socks. That's what our product is.
Okay.
I have a question. We do collect emails. We do like giveaway. We have a glass jar in front, and people will sign a
Mhm.
name, whatever, an email address, and then we collect those emails. We're not doing much with them yet, but what I wanted to be able to do was, I need to ask you, is it important to have them sign up as members to the site? Should the site be restricted as a members only type of site? Or is it okay to have it open so anybody can just come in or whatever? Should I require people to sign up to be members of our site? Is that more sensible with regard to the reporting and such, or?
I'm not sure what you mean by like a private or members.
Well, not even private necessarily, but anybody who would just arbitrarily come onto the site could click and buy and that sort of thing, right? They don't necessarily have to sign up and say,
Absolutely.
it's not like a membership site, right?
Right.
Is there a benefit to it being a membership site, or should we just leave it the way that it is?
It depends on your business model. So, what you can do instead of trying to like figure out what kind of site to make it is have like a loyalty app. And then those who join the loyalty, you can give different discounts to or different incentives versus it being just the whole website be some sort of member website type thing.
Like
Because
an inner circle type of thing.
say that again.
It's like an inner circle type of thing.
Like inner circle type, yeah, like you can name it whatever it is, but the apps, there's tons of apps out there. Shopify has I don't know if you played around with the app store, but it's like literally like going to the Apple app store. There's tons of apps. My thing is, if you can think about it, there's probably an app for that. And you can go, scan around to see which loyalty app maybe has like what you want type thing, and then you can do it that way. If you want to build a community, that's something that we were talking about actually, Jay and I earlier when she first got on the call is Shopify also has apps to have communities as well. So if you want to build a community also, you can integrate that and then probably require them to do some sort of sign in and customer account sign in and things like that. Courses as well. There's an app that has like a course and community. It's called Tevelo. That one will require your visitors to sign in through their customer account in order to be able to access that part. So you can play around with that and see what works depending on what you're trying to offer. But if you're just selling the socks itself, the loyalty apps are probably good enough because you can give them discounts for like following you on Instagram, social media sharing and things like that as well. And there's even also apps that help you with giveaways as well. So there's if you can think about it honestly, just go into the app store and search it and see what's in there to help you optimize that. But I wouldn't necessarily create the whole site to be that way because you may want to just get someone to purchase and then that's it. But then what happens when they purchase is that you'll still capture their email, so you can still retarget them. Did I lose sound? Oh, there you are. Okay.
Okay, that's it. I'm good.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Okay, so I want you all to leave with this, okay? You were never meant to do this alone. You've got ideas, the vision, the spark, and honestly, whether you join the Pixelnamics circle or not, I really want you all to take what you learned today and, run with it. Simplify things, make things easier for you, keep that momentum going, and let it give you that momentum to keep going, to give you more clarity and keep building, because this is what this is about more than anything. But if you're ready to actually grow with some guidance, I'm here for you, and you don't have to figure this out by yourself. We are more than just a community. We're definitely a space where creators stop surviving, like I was saying earlier, and start scaling with strategy, support, and people who get it. Johnny, you should have gotten an invite to the circle, so don't use that link because you have a different access because you are a retainer client. Okay, just want to make sure
Okay.
I let you know.
No
But
worries.
and
Thanks.
there's also a couple of things that I want to give you guys for staying all the way to the end. Excuse me. And I want to share with you my blog prompt that I use with ChatGPT. And this is a 3-part prompt. You can grab that there. And this page that I'm sharing with you guys, I'm using that app that I just showed with the one click up that you can use to sign up. I'm also using it for this. So it shows you like how you can use it for different purposes. And I'm also going to share with you all my product description prompt that I use for myself and my clients as well. So this is my contact information. If you guys want to reach out, you have questions, I'm here for it. If you sign up within the next 48 hours, you will get a free one-on-one audit for 30 minutes. And it could be, you know, extremely helpful, even though it's just 30 minutes. We can really, really tackle either whether it's your homepage or your product descriptions or any issue that you're having. Let's get you unstuck. So thank you everyone for, you know, for, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with me on a Friday night. So this is literally what sets you all apart from other people, because you're here, you're serious, you're here to make moves, you're here to grow your business, and you're not just sitting down watching TV. You're learning, and that's what builds the momentum. That's what's going to get you guys to the next level, is those small little increments of making moves to actually get you where you need to be. It's all compound interest, y'all. It's all compound interest. And if I was able to scale, like I said, I was able to scale my business while working a full-time job, we can do it too. It just takes intentional time, committed time, and using your time effectively as well. So I'm here to help you guys, show you how I did it. I'm here for it. So anyone has any last minute questions before we close it off?
Is there a cost to join the community you have? Because I feel like I missed that.
$49. I didn't mention it. Sorry.
Okay.
It's $49
A month or one time?
A month.
Okay.
Yes. A month. Yes. $49 a month. I'm going to keep it like that maybe for another couple of months, and then I'm going to increase it. But right now, I want to build more people to come in. Right now I have clients, and then there's a couple of circle members that are not clients, but you know, if you guys are interested in that as well, we can talk about that. But I'm not, that's not what this call is about.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Great job, Vero. Great job.
Thank you, Dennis. Dennis is actually another client of mine. Yes, yes. So I love it, because these sessions are for all of you. These sessions, as you can see, clients of mine show up so they can get more information, because it's a collaboration that we have together to grow their businesses. Awesome. All right, everyone. Well, if that's it, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I want to hear all about this. Like on Monday, like, Vero, I did this using my little Ninja Turtle Sidekick. Awesome. Awesome. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you guys, most of you, on Monday in the morning meetup.
Thank you.
Bye.
You too.